Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Ought to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Leeds are shit.
We're recording, you know.
Oh, shit.
We're the good start. I don't think we've got the personnel.
You can fucking laugh all you want, you absolute bellend.
I think about things. That's why you lot are idiots.
A melted version of a dick that's been shrink wrapped.
The absolute elite shithousery of this.
Everybody, welcome to the Ought to Know Better podcast. I'm your host this evening, Smarty, and I'm joined by these two gentlemen. The one immediately to my left, someone said he once was Scottish. Who's a Scottish guy? I can't understand a word he's saying. Some people call him Scottish Audrey, but we call him Karl. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, Smarty. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm all right, mate. Thank you very much. And immediately to my rear, down at the bottom, where he should fucking be, actually. If you squint your eyes, he looks like a thumb. Luke, finally, yeah. You'll always be in my rear, mate. So that's how close we are.
I don't think it's rear, is it? It's underneath.
I can get you a buffet.
I'm like the common denominator of a fraction.
You are the pond scum. He's finally turned up after forgetting that he would on, even though I reminded him this morning. How are you, pal? You all right?
Yeah, just forgetful. Very, very forgetful at the moment. Yeah, I left the house with odd trainers on the other day.
Jay don't have a choice. He has to mix and match sometimes.
They last longer that way.
Yeah. That's right. Hello, everybody in the chat. Nice to see some familiar faces. Get your interactions going, and we'll see you throughout the podcast. So, gentlemen, there was no Brady and Coke for the Palace away game, the score draw. Do you want to start off, Karl? We'll get your thoughts on it. What were your expectations going into the game? Were you positive, looking for a bounce back in the league, especially after a little bit of a good performance against Norwich, etc.? How did you think going into this one?
I think the Norwich game, I don't think you can take too much from it because it's the FA Cup and we know anyone can beat anyone in the FA Cup. So I don't know if you can really judge it off that because we didn't even play 9 of the players that played in that game anyway. So
yeah, but it's a springboard, isn't it? It's a bit of confidence, a bit of form going into this next game, though. It's nice after a couple of defeats.
Yeah, I was going to get to that as well and say it is a bit of a confidence booster as well. I wasn't too worried about going into Sunday's game, if I'm being perfectly honest, which I thought the whole London thing is a bit off for me at the moment because we've drawn with Brentford down there. We've drawn now with Palace. It's I think it's maybe time to put the whole London hoodoo to bed, man. I think we can definitely handle ourselves. We drew with Chelsea, So yeah. I was kind of like the way some results went Saturday and then Sunday as well after we played while we played as well. It was all we had to do was not lose. We probably could have won it based off obviously having a penalty and all that, but to say that we didn't give them a shot on target or a shot at goal with 10 men for a full 45 minutes, that's some going. And I think there's got to be a lot taken from that going into Saturday's big game against Brentford as well.
I think we're the first team since 2003, 2004 that have been reduced to 10 men in the first half that have stopped an opposition side having a single shot on goal all game.
Yeah, I think I saw it was
an
Johnny
interesting
Cooper's
stats.
tweet
Not
there.
that yeah. I didn't hear that from John. I didn't see it. I don't really go on Twitter much anymore. The only time I go on Twitter now, or X, is to farm the shit takes for this wonderful show. Luke, what did you make of the game? Any highlights? Any lowlights for you?
I mean, the obvious low light was the poor referee and the standard of refereeing. And yet again, that we have to come on and say that we did finally get given a penalty. Another low light was an absolute dog shit penalty from DCL. Do you know what? I expected us to probably beat them at the weekend, and I think if we'd have kept 11 men on the field, and rightfully kept 11 men on the field, we probably would have done. a good point in the end. It probably was at half time. I think we'd have all taken a point with 10 men away from home against Palace, who are not pulling up any trees really at the moment. So that's why I felt we probably. But as Karl rightly says, it was a do not lose type situation, especially with all the other teams around us picking up a point this weekend. It's as you were with one game less to play. So in terms of the actual game itself, it wasn't a great game of football to watch for me. But it was, it was there for the taking up until half time. So just a mad 5 minutes.
Performances for you? Any players that you'd like to give a nod to?
Yeah, I actually thought, ironically, I thought Gabby looked really good. Gabby Goodmanson, until obviously it was taken off. Oh well, it wasn't taken off, was he? It was pulled.
What did you make to the yellow card?
It wasn't a yellow. The first one you could argue probably was. The second one,
absolutely. The first one, yeah. The first one. I mean, it's a tactical foul, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought Joe Rodon was an Ampadu again. When the going gets tough, you can rely on those two to defend and put the bodies on the line. I thought they were both fantastic. Statch had another good game for me. Not his best, but still a good game. So yeah, any one of those three really. But I probably, if I was to pick a man of the match, I probably would have gone Joe Rodon. And I think he officially was our man of the match, if I remember rightly.
Right. Okay. No, I didn't know. Go on, Karl.
I was just going to say, for a centre back, he certainly got to the byline of the opposition end of the pitch.
Nice cross for Calvert-Lewin.
There was, yeah. Then there was that lovely ball over the top from Ampadu that sent him into the corner, where, as a centre back, you expect him to be able to hold it up quite well the way he did. But to find that pass into Stack was different gravy then altogether. Like, it was, he done very well, to be fair. He's two good balls into the box. And as Luke said, I think he did get man of the match. So it's just another stellar performance from a player that we know is absolutely solid when needed.
Yeah, I didn't for once, and probably quite happily didn't watch this game. It was obviously Mother's Day, and I was otherwise engaged with some other activities in York, but I did keep me the eyes sort of, well, not the eyes on the phone. I kept waiting for the vibration, and saw that we'd missed a penalty, and I was just like, I'm so glad I'm not watching this game. And then I saw the red card and thought, yeah, I think I've made the right choice today.
Have you got one of those remote controlled toys? Have you?
Which ones?
The ones that you're waiting for vibrations on Mother's Day with.
Maybe. Only on your recommendation, though.
Well, you say I'm in your ear or whatever it was. One thing I would like to add was Daniel Farke, and again, people still call him tactically astute, but tactically inept. Whereas I probably argue he's probably a little more tactically astute than they give him credit for. To take Aronson and Metcher off, and ultimately then kept that back five, but we also then played more in midfield with obviously with Gruev and one up top. So to come away with a point, yeah, absolutely. We effectively played the same formation, but just with a more defensive midfielder than Brendan Aronson in there, and one up top, because we didn't have the luxury of having 11 outfield players. So to do that at half time and come away with the point, I think he deserves his flowers for that.
Yeah. What did you think to team selection initially then? If you're going down the, praising Daniel Farke for his selections and stuff and his tactical nous, as you say.
It was exactly what I wanted, other than Justin in for Bogle. However, I understand his reasons why he's picked Justin over Bogle, in the fact that he's playing ultimately. If you look at average positions of that midfield, his Statch and Aronson are going to be further forward. Goodmanson's going to be further forward, so he's probably played Justin to fill in as a back four when Gabby decided to go forward. So I completely understand that. Whereas Bogle would also be further forward. So I completely understand that change and the reason why Justin did play. But it was good to see, albeit only for 45 minutes or less, that midfield three of Aronson, Ampadu and Statch again.
Yeah.
I want to put it to the both of you lads. Wasn't it quite encouraging that we went to London and he started the 11 he started, where it was, like you said, Luke, it was more of an attacking kind of centre of the park than we've seen in recent weeks. Generally, when we go away, he tends to put Gruev in there to just be a little bit more solid. But it's kind of encouraging that he's got the confidence in the players now to be able to play a more attacking kind of brand of football away from home.
I think we had to, Carl, because I think this is one of our more favourable fixtures of our running, or was one of our more favourable, and one that we absolutely hammered them at home, absolutely pumped them, and they had a better side. They had Mateta playing for them. I know Mateta came on, and the other lad, Wharton came on as well. But they also had Gay as well at our place, so they did have a better starting 11 at our place, and we absolutely smoked them. So we had to go down there with every air of positivity and the real possibility of coming away with 3 points. But that wasn't to be, and I think you ask majority of Leeds fans, any sensible Leeds fans with their head half screwed on, and at half time with 10 men down in London, you're happy to come away with a point.
I mean, the momentum graph does actually point to this. If I just pull it up here, you can see obviously we've not necessarily dominated the first half, but we definitely had the fair share of it. I mean, obviously you can see in that little area where we missed the penalty that we were getting there, and I think should we have continued with 11 players, I think we would have got the better of them eventually. We really were knocking on the door. And to have those little glimpses of momentum in the second half as well, even though we were limited to 10 men, I think it's a good result for us at the end. And like you say, at half time when we're going in with 10 men and etc., you'd snap someone's hand off for a 0-0 down there. Well, maybe not a 0-0, but you don't want to be conceding goals either, do you? It hasn't hurt our goal difference, and everything down at that bottom end of the league has not changed either. So, as it turns out, we're 1 point better off. Nothing's changed down there. It's another game off. It's a game down in London, which we know for some reason we're absolutely frigging cursed down there. But yeah, probably one not for the memory bank, but we march on, don't we? So
3 points down there this season, though. It's better than most seasons we've had down there. 3 draws.
True.
Unlucky not to come away with a point against Fulham as well. So, like I was saying earlier,
Gabby Goodmanson doesn't like London, does it?
No, he fucking hates London. He's gonna go as Neil Warnock for Halloween. Fucking London, innit?
Well. So yeah, I don't really have what else to say. I mean, it's been done to death. We're obviously, we're well into week now and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd get your thoughts.
The ref's a knobhead.
The ref's an absolute knobhead. We will be probably decorating one room with a PGMOL mosaic that I'm sure we'll be able to create now with the amount of letters and shit that we've probably had from them. Mm-hmm. So
nice
yeah,
mural on the east stand stairwell as they're going up with all the
mural or muriel, Carl.
Muriel.
Oh, happy Paddy's Day, by the way, Carl. I should have said
Thanks,
that.
Lads.
I didn't even know. Do you know why, Carl? Because I don't care, because I'm English.
Okay, I'm English.
I'm not one of these tossers that celebrate. Just, hey, we'll go and get fucking pissed because it's Paddy's Day.
I just want to address this
5
comment
o'clock
by
somewhere,
Jay.
man.
Anyone worried at the way the gap to the bottom 3 has evaporated? Does it mean after this game week? Because this game week, everybody got a point. Certainly in our race, hasn't it?
No, I think it means the 9-point gap that we had, a month or so ago, 2 months ago. We had a 9-point gap, and that's... No, it was 9 at one point to West Ham.
We had 9, only a glimmer of 9. I think it was only 9 over West Ham. It was 9 over West Ham. But we've had a tough run of fixtures, and when you look at their fixtures, they've honestly, Forest, Spurs aren't really looking too rosy, and West Ham, they've all got really difficult runs compared to us, and we've got most of them to come to Ellen Road, barring West Ham, which we obviously, hopefully by the end of the season, we won't have much to play for, and it'll be done and dusted by then. I think West Ham will probably claw themselves out because they are showing a decent bit of form, and it's Forest and Spurs that are probably going to drop into it. Well, they're obviously below us anyway now. But yeah, I really do. Spurs have got some really tough games coming up, and I'm hoping that we can put on a bit of a show and get right behind the lads under the lights on Saturday night. It's a perfect time for us, really. I mean, it's shit that it's 8 o'clock, innit? But
Well,
we'll get on to that.
It's yeah, we'll get onto it. Sorry.
We'll move on to that a little bit later on. One thing I did want to discuss with you both this week, slightly off plan to what we normally do, is speak to you about. I've lost it.
Yes, you have. I could have told
I've
you
lost
that ages
it.
ago.
It's
man.
not gone. It's not added to the brand, for fuck's sake. Okay, I made a nice little cute image and everything. What is your thoughts behind the club seeking out having tragedy chanting, or the Jimmy Savile tragedy chanting, or added to tragedy chanting, or what is derived or perceived to be tragedy chanting? What are your thoughts behind this? Did you know about it? Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I did know about it. I think for me, it's wrong. It is wrong, but football is becoming ethically cleansed on all levels, and it's not anything that it used to be, and it's not the game or the sport. Even on the pitches, it's not the game or sport that we fell in love with. I think we're. It's not right, and look, there's people's families and friends and things that we're all involved in all these tragedies that probably shouldn't be chanted about. But for a Saturday afternoon for 90 minutes, you used to be able to go into an arena of some sort and just get everything off your chest and shout obscenities at the opposition, and it was fine. It was fine. Very, very slowly, certain things have been less and less ethical or allowed, and I think unfortunately for me, I think football is becoming
Sanitized.
Overly sanitized is probably the best way of putting it. Yeah, and look, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that I think singing about people dying is fun or is right in any way, but I think the fact that you know, how far do we go with it, and what are you allowed to swear in the stands in a couple of years' time?
Yeah.
True. Karl, what are your thoughts on it, mate? Because me and you obviously sit in the south stand, and without doubt, every single game we will hear Jimmy Savile is one of your own. Yeah. Now, I did listen to what Simon Jordan had to say about it on TalkSport, because, and I know I've just completely asked you a question and cut you off, so I apologise. But I thought whilst I'm here, I'll say it. And I kind of agree. You know, when we talk about tragedy chanting, you know, we, on behalf of Leeds, you would consider talking about any sort of songs or chants directed towards Chris and Kev. That to me would be a tragedy chant. You know, your Hillsboroughs, yeah, even to a degree, even though I know it happens, you know, the Man United stuff, you know, etc., etc. There are some really nasty stuff that you can understand why they would be deemed to be tragedy chanting. For us to be sung at Jimmy Savile, like you say, Luke, are we getting a bit? I mean, I don't think it's the fans. Let me just say that, because we don't half give it them back. You know, we will sing "He's fingered your mum" and "He's probably our dad," or if the opposition have got any sort of celebrity figure, or even sometimes one of the managers, we will sing it about that. I don't mind it. I don't really care, to be fair, to be quite honest. Jimmy Savile came from Leeds, but he wasn't a Leeds fan. He wasn't affiliated with the club in any way, shape or form. So to me, it doesn't really offend me. I don't think it offends many people, but I think it's just something that the club are looking to stamp out because of the amount of times that, you know, we get done for, you know, I mean, there's stuff we've said about Chelsea, there's stuff we've said about Brighton, which we've been handed fines for, etc. But I just wanted to get your thoughts, because obviously you've seen me as
even the Brighton one, we can see you holding hands. It's a truth. It's a mockery on that being the gay capital of the UK.
We got fined for that though, if you remember.
Yeah, no, I know we did, and that's probably where what I mean about where there's no banter allowed anymore. You're not allowed to do fuck all. Like without somebody taking offence, and the fact is, we're pleasing a minority, because the majority of people will look at that and have a little giggle and find it funny. Even a Brighton fan, if you ask them, probably finds that pretty funny.
Probably, yeah, probably.
So I think it wherever as a nation or as a you know, as a universe or whatever, while we're trying to well, we're always going to please the minority. There's going to be unrest with the majority somewhere, and ultimately, it's going to lead to a stadium where you're going to go in, and every single stadium is going to be a fucking sanitized, soulless.
Isn't that kind of the worry with the new stands being built as well? Like that atmosphere is going to go, and if you do actually kind of, like Luke said, censor absolutely everything that you're allowed to say within a football stadium, then that's going to kill it anyway. Like half of the back and forth with the away fans, even if you don't think it's tragedy chanting, it might be, and even if it is, it might not be to some people. It's subjective. So I don't think you can ban everything based off the fact, like Luke said, someone is offended. Be offended. You're not going to die or get leprosy. You know what I mean? It's one of those. It's like I don't agree.
Leprosy.
Yeah, you're not going to fucking get it. Like, I'm offended by fucking,
Steady.
that bleeding Britain's Got Talent crack. It offends me all the time to see these people on there begging for it. But I don't ring the police and complain about it. You know what I mean? I'm a grown man. But at the same time, I understand why people might be, because you don't know who's affected by what Savile did and all that. And that's one thing. But to ban fans from being able to express themselves on a Saturday, granted, obviously some stuff needs to be cut out, like, the obviously racist shit and stuff like that, but there's certain times you kind of have to
be a line, you mean?
Yeah.
It's like comedy, innit? You don't go, if you don't want to hear a racist or a sexist joke, you don't go see that type of comedian. Like, football's always had this noise that actually people do get. There is bantering and there is songs sung that you probably don't want your kids to hear. And if you do take your kids, you got to know that they're going to hear it. They're going to hear that thing. They're going to be subject to it. So either don't take them or don't go to the fucking football for me. I don't go watch a comedian I don't find funny, because or I don't go watch a comedian that's going to absolutely rip something I don't agree with. Do you know what I mean? And it just, for me, society now is just getting to a point now where people are going to get, things are going to be boring. And I'm not saying because tragedy chanting isn't allowed, things are boring. What I'm saying is we are going to cleanse ethically everything so much that there is going to be nothing left to be said, and it will ultimately just dry stadiums out. And every club will sing "Ale Ale Ale" and fucking all the shit basic songs, and we'll just become one of them clubs, unfortunately. But no, I think it started way before this, and I think the fact that people now, it starts with minorities and everybody trying to please the minorities in any way, shape, or form.
When you try to join the dots and stuff, you look at the way VAR's running, and even Bryn Law said, it's not the beautiful game anymore. Bielsa's been well renowned for saying that it's, the football as a sport or as a spectator sport isn't something that a lot of people want to watch anymore. And to a degree, it's right. It's sanitized. It's a bit wishy-washy. It's a bit shit. And when you try and take away that little bit of atmosphere, I don't believe for 1 minute that if you were to stop opposition fans, singing about Jimmy Savile, that it would affect the atmosphere too much. It wouldn't, because there's plenty of niggle still within it. But I don't mind it. It fires the crowd up. We fire some stuff back to them. Everyone has a laugh. Opposition and the home fans have a laugh about, all that sort of stuff. I don't understand why they're trying to do it, but I just wanted to bring it to the conversation.
We'll be singing, instead of "he's had enough," it'll be "they them's had enough." They them's had enough.
We sing all sorts of stuff. We sing all sorts of stuff.
No, but we're not allowed to use the word
and bullying. One of my favourite things about going to Leeds games and sitting where I sit in the South Stand is bullying a specific person, a specific away fan. If you've got chinos, if you've got a guy in a big coat, we'll say, take your tent and fuck off home. Stuff like that. The guy, the Norwich fan who wore his pink T-shirt. Yeah. Certain things. Nothing bad, nothing on the sort of Brighton sort of sketch was said. But it's funny and it's good, and it's what keeps the crowd interaction going. And to ban it or to seek banning of the Savile.
You won't be able to call the Welsh sheepshaggers soon, because that will be stereotyping somebody who lives or is from Wales, and honestly, I can see it. I can see it. We will absolutely not be able to say all sorts in the future.
I'm sitting here thinking, I should just make a different type of podcast altogether. This is great crack, you know what I mean? You can have the chats. And
bring some opposition fans in.
Throw in a bit of football.
What would you like to chant at us next week? Well, this is where we're going. This is what we're thinking.
What do you feel is crossing
Herbert makes
the
a
line?
great point. He makes a great point. The Welsh sing that themselves, Cardiff sing it, but we also sing about Jimmy Savile. So
we have Jimmy Savile people dress up as Jimmy Savile.
Yeah,
you know. People dress up as Jimmy Savile for Halloween and shit. You know, they'll have the, you know, I'm sure everyone's seen the, you know, the door with the light behind it. There's like an effigy of or a silhouette of Jimmy Savile in the door. Like, now then, you know, looking at, you know, scaring the kids away, all that sort of shit. Yeah. There's people dressing up as Jimmy Savile going to away games. He's harmless, really. And I get that there might be, you know, some sort of, someone affiliated with what he did, you know, because he was a naughty boy, wasn't he, really? He was a fucking arsehole, was Savile. That it might upset someone within the crowd. But you've got to look in the grand scheme of things, haven't you? And I think it'll be a tough job for them to ban it completely. But
I think it'd be a tough job for them to police it, let alone ban it.
Yeah. Well, it won't, will it? Because there's people been done for tragedy chanting at Leeds with the Chris and Kev stuff. Was it Liverpool or Everton recently?
Yeah, but they're usually dealt with. They're usually hollowed out. I mean, there was a guy. I think it was a Liverpool. He was a Liverpool fan that started. I think he had a Galatasaray or a Turkey flag on his phone.
His phone, that's right.
And he was shouting, and he got given a banning order because that is tragedy chanting. That is what's deemed as tragedy chanting, you know. But I think Leeds trying to get this Savile stuff under the same sort of.
Skip's got a great point. What next? Whatever next, they're going to stop snorting 2 ounces of Moroccan talc in the South Stand crappers.
I remember when one of my mates found a bag. In toilets. We saw it. We passed Watershed. It's fine. He found a bag and decided to see what it smelled like, and he was in a bad way. I don't think he was what he expected. I've never seen a man look so ill
You
in
do
my
not
life.
pick anything up off the toilets in the South.
He did not look a well man. He had his head in his hands and he was spewing his ring up. But that was funny. And you know, it's
like
just one of them things
with the shit. At least it wasn't one of his mates ambushing him with the shit, you know what I mean?
Everyone were pointing and laughing, you know. Oh, you fucking dickhead, man. Like, I've never seen it. Honestly, it looked absolutely terrible. Anyway, enough said about that. Yeah, fuck the Jimmy Savile song. With chance, we want to see keep on with that.
Yeah, we just want to sing and just be knobheads. You know what I mean? We just want to be knobheads at the end of the day. That's
exactly. Right, I'm going to bring us on to everyone's favourite part of the week.
Hey, has got a shit tick this week, my little spat of fact.
That's right, we are the home of the shit take, and I don't mean Karl or Jay's general viewpoints on things. We've got a few to get through. Sorry, Karl. I'm not joking, Karl. Not about Jay. Yeah. Shit take of the week number 1. Luke, can you create a poll for this, by the way, please? He's one of your mates, isn't it, Luke? Jack. Good old Jack.
Yeah,
and Jack says, I see literally 0 positive reasons to give Pirro minutes. Shit take of the week. This guy has 0 ball nolly.
This is an old one, mate. This is from last week's.
Have you already done this?
Yeah.
Excellent. We can fucking move swiftly on to the second one then. That's fine. Cade the Blade says it's called Passion Lad, not something y'all lot know much about. El Loco Joe has tweeted us and she said, in my reply to opinion of Canvut's embarrassing celebration when Goodmanson was sent off, definitely shit take of the week, calling me lad was funny enough. Calling me lad. Is the shit take him calling Joe a lad, or is it the Canvut's embarrassing celebration? What did you think to the Canvut celebration?
I thought it was fucking awful, man. I thought, you know, the way you celebrate when you get a penalty, which is good and well because, you know, it's a fraction away from a goal and, you know, you're sound. Celebrating like that. Now, I saw someone say, oh, the lad was only 19 and, you know, this and that. I don't care, man. That's unsportsmanlike conduct for me. And it deserved a booking, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and he'd already been booked, I think, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Are they?
So the shit take from is from Cady the Blade or whatever the fuck he's called.
Cade the Blade.
Cade the Blade. Yeah.
He might as well be called at Bellend.
At
Is he?
Bellend.
Is it? I think he is a Palace fan as well. Obviously. It's called Passion. So yeah, I think that might be a bit of a shit take, that one. It should have been.
Yeah.
It should have been booking. I don't think you're allowed to show that much passion when celebrating the sending off or a booking of a fellow player.
Do you know what made it fucking worse is that Sky showed it as well on their
With the laughing
their X
emoji.
feed.
Yeah.
And
They shared it on their socials, didn't they?
And it's like, here, hold on a second. It's unsportsmanlike conduct to be carrying on like that. And you're encouraging that kind of behaviour, yet you're the ones who'll scream about it if a player of a team you don't like is doing it then, you know?
Yeah.
They're absolute bellends. Anyway.
So that was number one. Number two then.
Oh, that was only number one. Fuck
yeah,
hell,
we
back
sat
of it.
there. No, there's only a few more. DCL has fallen off a fucking cliff, says LUFC in a heel hook. Gonzo Cantona, our friend Leaf Riot, has tagged us in this one. Do you think DCL has fallen off a cliff, lads? I mean, we can't really say anything about the general performance of our attack because we are a bit bereft of goals up front. But based on Mr. Calvert-Lewin's penalty miss, has he fallen off a cliff, Luke?
I think it's a bit short-tempered to just come to that conclusion because he missed a penalty. Yes, he hasn't scored as many goals. He had a bit of a purple patch
What
in
time
the
was it
season.
posted? It doesn't say. It's 2 days.
2 days.
It's a shame.
But I think I think it's a little reactive. You know, he still brings us a lot. He still wins a lot of ball. He still does everything that a good number 9 does. You know, wins flick-ons, and he's sort of almost unplayable when the ball's in the air. There's not many. I mean, that header he made in the first half when he was behind the penalty spot, but he's still got that. You know, he's still got
on
it
target.
perfect,
Made the keeper work.
Yeah, good cross, good effort. Yeah.
But I don't think he's fallen off a cliff. I think his work rate's still good. He just needs a goal, really. And it's I thought Metcha would take the penalty, if I'm honest with you, because he was on the pitch, or even Statch. But yeah, it was not to be. And look, when you looks out, you look as a striker, he looks out. You know, he does need a goal or two now, I think.
See, I tend to agree with you, Luke, but at the same time, Bryn has put a comment in here. In front of goal he has, but he's playing very well outside the box.
Yeah.
Right. Just to add to Bryn's thing, how many people can honestly say they expected him to get 10 goals this season? And we're criticising it, but realistically, like, you know, we didn't think he'd be fit.
No.
We didn't think he'd be getting many minutes because of his fitness and injury record. I was the same. To say that your man's take there is fucking isn't a shit take of the week or whatever is mental, because you're getting an output from a player whose minutes he's nearly exceeded this season over the course of maybe 2 or 3 seasons. You know what I mean? In matches played.
I didn't.
I
expected Pirro to be bagging. I expected Pirro to get more minutes than he has done. And
I think that's why it's harsh for people to be saying about Calvert-Lewin that, you know, oh, he's fallen off a cliff. He hasn't fallen off a cliff. He's a player that we didn't expect to even get 10 goals, who's got 10 goals, and his output off the ball and even trying to influence the game from the top has been second to none this season. We don't play the same unless he's in the team. And everyone said it. When he was in that rich vein of form, it was like, oh, we can't do this without Calvert-Lewin, blah, blah, blah. Stop scoring and the goals dry up elsewhere.
We are
He's still there.
Different animal without him.
We are. That's the thing.
We are a different animal without him.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
He's very effective and he's very important to our spine of the team. He's the number one out ball, you know, and you can pretty much back him against anyone in that league that he'll beat, you know, in the air, etc.
Yeah.
Steve Brown says, in fairness, he hasn't been great in front of goal recently. Hit post at Everton when easy to score, misses City versus City, and penalty at Palace. I mean, those are 3. I mean, if we were talking about other players, you know, that we've squandered opportunities, etc. You know, bloody Brendan Aronson missed an absolute golden opportunity to put us one up against Palace. You know, how much heat. Yeah, well, that's fair enough, but you know, I mean, that's he absolutely spooned that, didn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easy to jump on someone when they've missed a penalty, etc. I still believe that he's got a lot to offer the team. He's very important to how we set up and how we play. And yeah, I don't think he's fallen off a cliff. I just think he probably just needs one to go in for his arse and for him to start scoring again.
Yeah, I think that's all it is.
But I can't hide this chuffing comment now. Which one are we on? Number 4, 3 even. Another one of Luke's friends, Sheffield United say, file that under fantastic centre-forward play. This is about Patrick Bamford. How do you come to the conclusion, says Jack, that Pirot is in your plans, but Bamford needs to be immediately banished because he isn't? Not saying Bamford should have definitely stayed and would have been amazing, but he'd have been much more useful as a third choice. I know what Luke's going to say. Karl, does Jack have a point? Would it be more of an option?
This is coming from the guy. Bear in mind, this is coming from the guy that only a number of months ago said Mateo Joseph would have been a better second or third option.
Yeah, I'm going to come to you.
Let
him answer first.
Well, he's not. You weren't talking because you're muted. The useless twat.
Sorry, man. Thanks, man. Just say I'm fucking muted then.
You fucking muted.
We just thought you were considering, your complex and quality answer, Karl.
Yeah. So
give you a bit of time.
I assume you're on about Jack, Luke, that said Mateo Joseph was.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
What you have to remember is Jack and a couple of the tactical nonces are Luke's sworn enemy.
Yeah, I understand.
So it's a bear in mind.
I think it's a swings and roundabouts moment there with Patrick Bamford because he has the same injury record potentially over the last 3 seasons as Calvert-Lewin. But Calvert-Lewin has that little bit more Premier League experience where Patrick doesn't. And I'm not saying that doesn't make Patrick a worse off option. It's just when you take into account where Calvert-Lewin has been, he's got 5-6 goals for England in 11 appearances or something like that, and he's quite the player to have in your squad. And then you've got Pirot, who's, let's be honest, got bags of potential. Just the team needs to work around him rather than him working for the team. And at the moment, that's not how we're playing because we don't have the players to be able to accommodate him like that. So I think it is a shit take there, personally.
We've got a few comments. A good point by Mark, and he says, can't remember which pod mentioned it, but Haaland hasn't scored for about 6 games now either. Yeah. Number 9s go through dry spells. Absolutely. They do. Yeah. They do. I mean, City aren't firing on all points or whatever, but it's a good point. Our little hairy dwarf says, nope, he's over 30. He's playing at a lower level and hasn't scored much at all. Begmafor, I think he's on about Bamford, going to Sheffield United for a few seasons. I mean, personally, given the choice over whether Pirot as the number 3 striker or Bamford, I would take Pirot just because he's got a quality finish on him. He runs he runs round like a bit of a slug, like he's running through treacle, a bit Moet style. However, you give the guy an opportunity, and most of the time he will bag. It's just a shame that we can't really incorporate him into more games or give him more minutes.
Yeah, I think for me, I think it's a good point. I think Bamford would, if we wanted somebody who plays similarly to Calvert-Lewin, Bamford would have been, but who's got the same injury record probably, or if not worse than Calvert-Lewin, then yes, Bamford would have been a great shout. But if we want somebody who's going to be consistently or predominantly fit throughout the season, who offers a completely different dimension, who's an absolute world class is probably stretching it, but probably one of the better finishers in our squad. He's if he was, as you just said, if he was match fit and he was playing more minutes regularly, I think Pirot would have scored against Scum with that ball when he put it just over in the top corner. There's been a number of opportunities and chances he's had now where he probably would score. I mean, look, the third at Norwich last week was a great example of that. If you give him that ball there, he hit it first time and it goes back, but it's the side of the onion bag. It's the side netting. So
it's perfectly placed,
it's a completely different type of player to play. So it's a different dynamic in a squad. Why would you want to keep hold of somebody who is injury prone first of all, but also is almost like Calvert-Lewin, just shitter? You know what I mean? What's the point in that?
Yeah,
I mean, we used to argue with Everton fans, didn't we? When Bamford were having a really good season in the first time of asking under Bielsa, You know, and we used to say, "Oh no, Bamford, we'll take Bamford," and stuff like this and all that. And he was outstanding that season. You know, some of the finishing that Bamford had. You know, but I mean, that the hat trick against Villa sticks in my mind very vividly.
Yeah.
You know,
was it his second
it was
that
great.
he just plucked out. I mean, it's the top corner. Was that his second?
I think that was his third, wasn't it? Yeah. Either second or third, where he literally sidestepped and went punk and just pinged it straight into the top corner. I mean, it was just absolutely unreal.
The goal against
some of the
Peterborough.
goals he scored. Well, yeah, but the goal against Everton and a few others that he just absolutely rocketed into, you know, into a confident, fit and firing Bamford is a very, very good asset to have. But unfortunately, the hourglass, the sand glass, whatever the fuck you want to call it, had run out on his time, and we can't take a risk like that.
As well. The money would to have kept him would have been.
It'd have been daft. Yeah, so yeah, it was something we had to do, you know. And to be fair, like I said, I've already said, you know, Pirro's finishing is still pretty much up there. It's just, you know, he's fighting against Metcha and DCL, who are both more physical than him, and that's why he's lost out. But hey, shit happens. Anyway, where are we last?
Pirro would have been perfect in the Niall Quinn, Kevin Phillips era. Big man, small man.
Little and large, playing off a big man.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah,
need Matt Smith back, get him up top.
Yeah.
Mike Elliott.
This guy.
Leeds United have been relegated from the Premier League. Sorry, just practicing for May. I mean, that's the spirit, Mike. That's the spirit, Mike.
He's a Leeds fan, this guy, man. When I saw Lee Fryer tag this, I was like, is this like a West Ham fan or a Spurs fan? And I read that, I was like, what the fuck is that? Where is he?
I mean,
like, he knows we didn't lose on Sunday, doesn't he?
This is just the modern fucking world, innit? It's just the modern fucking world. I mean, I can't say anything because I'd be a hypocrite. But, you know, for speaking my mind during a match or whatever. But I think I'd like to think of the last couple of seasons I've grown up a little bit. You know, I'm over 40 now. I'm an old man. And I just don't think that I need to express myself as much as a lot of other people fucking do. I mean, why would you need to go and fucking say that? For clout? Just to be a bit edgy. Oh, look, I fucking said it, you know, weeks ago, months ago. Leeds are getting relegated. Like, fucking bore off, you knob. The amount of stuff I've watched on YouTube with the pundits, I mean, yeah, take that with a pinch of salt because most of them don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about anyway. But some of them that do, you know, do have Leeds going down because of our form, because of the remaining fixtures that we've got at home, etc. I don't understand, you know, after such a good. Well, yes, we've not been winning lots of games, but we've had some decent results and we've maintained relatively good consistency through Christmas, through into the new year. How you think that all of a sudden it's just going to go to fucking shit and that we're going to get relegated? The monumental task that the other three teams, Burnley and Wolves, have gone. You've got fucking Forest, Spurs who are in their absolute fucking shit of a position, and West Ham who've still got an absolute mountain to climb. How the fuck can you be so negative?
They have to have a 2-game swing. All of those three teams have to have a 2-game swing over us in the next 8. All three of them have to have a 2-game swing where we get 0 points and they pick up at least a win and a draw. Yeah. And we get 0 points. Sorry, Tottenham, Spurs don't. They just need to get. They have a 1-game swing. But the other two, because of the goal difference between us and West Ham, they would need a 2-game swing. That leaves you 6 games. So if that happens over the next 2 games, we lose both, and West Ham win 1 and draw 1. That's the only way they're going to go above us.
Yeah.
As I was about to say, Herbert said it on the comments. Spurs play Forest on Sunday. Spurs have got some difficult games coming up. A draw. I would quite happily have a draw.
Take a draw all day. 2-2 draw. Really frustrate both teams. 2-2 draw.
No, I thought 2-2. 0-0, mate.
Just 0-0.
No, 0-0 because they're not scoring, are they? Then
yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're not scoring loads anyway, Forest, and neither are Spurs. To be honest, you know, the Solanke's a fucking bit of a donkey at the minute, isn't he? You know,
he's been out for a long time with injury as well.
Yeah.
Nicking him. He's off. Sleeps up in his Horlicks at 9 minutes past.
He had the fire on and he had the feet up, and he was like,
right, fucking hell, am I on them,
now? And I
was well enjoying watching Chelsea get smashed by Paris Saint-Germain as well. And then I
That's
was
why
like,
he's angry. That's why he's pissed off.
Carl texts me, are you out the bath yet? I was like, what the fuck is this guy on about? Fucking Paddy's there. Why is he texting me asking me if I'm in bath?
You lot, honestly, what? Fucking Jay this afternoon. I thought I were on. No, mate. Just look at the fucking rotor.
Paddy's Day and I'm still here. What does that fucking tell you?
Anyway, last one.
I
Last
either
one, and
need to
we'll
be committed or I am committed.
last one, and we'll move on to the Brentford game. But this is the final shit take of the week contender. Josh Ackers says, nice touch from Gabby Goodmanson, shaking hands with the LUFC away end at full time. Nothing to apologise for, though, after another shambolic officiating performance. White and right Americans out. I fucking don't know what that's all about. Nothing to apologise for. Fourth worst defence out of 20 teams. Everything to apologise for. LUFC cannot defend. And I put a little table there in this little cheeky graphic. We actually are the fourth worst defence out of 20 teams, but that's not the full picture, really. When you look at the XG,
that means we aren't in the bottom three of the worst, which is our target.
Exactly. So we're not going to be relegated if we got the fourth worst defence, logically speaking.
But the thing is as well, like you look at it, and it's 11 goals we've conceded. 9 of them have been against Arsenal. I mean, come on, like. How can anyone...
What's our GD? -11?
-11, man.
It's much better than the rest of them. Much, much better.
Yeah, well, West Ham are -27.
Spurs is better than ours.
Spurs they're the only ones. +7. But West Ham
they're still to play Arsenal as well, I suppose.
West Ham are -19 and Forest are -15.
Yeah.
So
fucking sound like it's nearly 2 points. It's nearly 3 points over West Ham and Forest anyway, like, so, take that.
So there you go, folks. We will let you decide, those that are watching, on your favourite shit take of the week. Luke, if you can do a poll.
It's done, it's live.
Excellent stuff.
It's live.
We have to run this because I will get shouted at if I don't by myself. If I could fucking find the actual pissing video for the merch.
You're doing well with the old medias tonight, you, aren't you?
What?
Didn't have your.
It's because people don't fucking delete shit, and it's just absolutely everywhere, isn't it? I don't even know where it is. Oh, it is.
Fucking.
Have you ever wanted to wear your questionable football opinions? Now you can. OKB has teamed up with Back4 to make some merch. Start small with an embroidered patch. Stick it anywhere. No, not there. Then there's t-shirts, multiple designs, colours, sizes, all guaranteed to make your mate say, "You paid money for that." Mugs. No, not Jay and Karl. Actual mugs. For your brew, for your tears, for both. Hoodies, same deal. Multiple designs, colours, sizes. Ideal for pretending you're fine after getting battered off an ESL team. And snapbacks, because nothing says midlife crisis like flat-brimmed confidence. Or no better merch, available now at the Back4 shop. Go on, treat yourself. Or don't, you'll only regret it later.
Hey, Karl. Or what I will say, Karl, is before you start calling anyone an amateur, it's not too long ago where myself and Luke were sat on your podcast. And you'd not hit the live button, and we were talking to fucking each other.
Yep.
So, glass house much. Okay.
Okay
well, as long as you are, that's absolutely.
No. Like I don't like criticism. I've been an absolute.
And this wanker here,
retard.
I did look you toss bag. You didn't fucking look because I tagged these two in here fucking this morning. You little shit house. Get back to your fucking odd socks. Anyway, Brentford chaps. Brentford at the weekend, 8 p.m. under the lights. How are you expecting to set up initially, Karl, and what are you expecting from the game?
I think we'll
Same
we'll
team?
definitely. There was a comment
Goodmanson
here.
he'll get a ban, won't he?
Yeah, Goodmanson's banned for this one.
Yeah, there was a comment here earlier on. Let me see if I can find it.
Justin left back, Bogle right back, same setup.
Yeah, same setup, like. But someone mentioned. I think it was on another podcast I was listening to. That Brendy is, he's a bit burnt out at the moment. He's played very well, but he is a bit burnt out.
You sure it wasn't this one by Bryn saying we need Okafor back in ASAP?
That's the one. That's the one.
He has been training with the first team, though, hasn't he? Okafor.
He's been on grass. I don't know how much of involvement.
I'd give Longstaff the minutes.
First team. I'd like to see.
Drop Brendan, I'd like to see Longstaff in there.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I could take that. Yeah, that'd be fine. I personally would like to see a more attacking player in there.
Did you not see Shawnee L's goal against fucking Norwich?
Seanaldinho,
Bergkamp. Yeah, Bergkamp-esque.
It was an absolutely class finish.
It was absolute mint, like, to be fair. Don't get me wrong.
It's like watching me at 5-a-side, that.
But yeah.
You're laughing at Karl. What you're laughing at, Karl? I scored exactly that sort of goal in 5-a-side. We had that little 5-a-side thing.
Did you?
Don't laugh. Yeah. Luke nearly fucking exploded with semen whilst he was sat there in goals, nursing his dodgy leg. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, look, I think it'll be the same team, bar obviously Goodmanson. But I'd like to see if he's bringing Brendan in. I think like Brendan's saying there, he is a bit burnt out. He's done very well like over the last 2.5 months, but the goals and assists have dried up a little bit now at the moment, and I think that's coincided with Calvert-Lewin not scoring as well. So maybe something fresh in behind Calvert-Lewin in the Brendan Aronson role might do him and the team the world of good, potentially, like.
We'll see. Maybe Okafor. We have missed Okafor, to be fair. I mean, he is frustrating to watch sometimes, but in equal proportion, he's fucking brilliant as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, some of the way he goes past people, he just glides past folk, doesn't he? But so does Goodmanson. I mean, it's a long time since we've seen any sort of wing back. Bogle used to be absolutely romp it in the Championship. But he was a bit more tricky, wasn't he, Bogle? Whereas Goodmanson just fucking flies past people.
Yeah, he just knocks it by him and off he pops. Yeah.
What about we forget about Junior Firpo played for us? Like, he
didn't go past people like them two.
He wasn't very quick, was he? But spoke me, he was football. He used to play 10. He would start at left back, and then you just see him in the fucking 10 in the 10 hole.
Yeah.
What the fuck's this guy doing?
That was the talk of the town for a long time over that course that season, where it was like,
I remember he's one of their players were like, where the fuck's he come from?
Yeah.
Duncan just nodded it over.
He should never have been in the position to score that header against Sheffield United that he did at Bramble Lane. It was just, I did, I was, you know.
Richard Hogan says, no goal since Villa, no goal from open play since Okafor at Chelsea. But we are up there. I don't know how far up the league for set piece goals we are, etc. anymore, but we are still up there, and it is still a very dangerous part of our game. They have dried up a little bit, but like when obviously you see Ampadu doing this, you know you're in trouble, especially when you got Biol there just to flick it onto someone at back post. But we've not seen it. You know, Biol's not been involved as much probably as a lot of people would expect as well. I would expect to see Biol, Struijk and Rodon as a back three again. With maybe Justin and Bogle pushing on. Yeah, I think that's how I'd like to set up. That might not be the case.
Justin left
but
back.
I think...
Yeah. For me, he'd go left back,
Yeah, and it's just in the middle. I mean, some people have been calling for Tanaka to start, but, you know, you're dropping out. I mean, Ampadu's obviously a given. You know, and Longstaff and whoever, then you've got Stack. So, to be honest, I can't see him changing it from Stack and Ampadu. So the third place is up for grabs, really, innit? Brendan Aronson's going to be playing as well as frigging as DCL, innit? So it's just that who starts in midfield for you?
I think it'll be Ampadu, Statch, and I think he'll still start Brendan Aronson just because of his high work rate. I would like to see Longstaff given some minutes. And I think if anyone was to be dropped from that midfield, it probably would. I would be looking to drop Aronson, and I would be like for like. I'd probably bring Longstaff in, and maybe play because Brendan sort of plays slightly further forward than Statch, and obviously and then Ampadu slightly further back again. I maybe look at putting Statch where Aronson was and putting Longstaff where Statch was. So I know they don't play in a line, but they play slightly staggered, don't they? They play sort of Ampadu there, then Statch, and then Aronson. So I'd maybe look at Statch further forward, Longstaff where Statch was, and still Ampadu.
Can I ask you a question, lads? With our sorry, do you want to do the quote?
No, I was just flashing up why it's forever. Steve said Andrews said that they are one of their best players out on Saturday. Any idea who?
They've got a few out. Malambo's out in here. Carvalho, I don't think he's done much this season though. Aaron Hickey, I think he's still out. Nelson. Let me have a look. Rico Henry was out as well when I last looked.
He's been out for a long time, Rico Henry. Now,
yeah, Jan Elt. I don't know who they consider their best player, but yeah, they've got Malambo out, Rico Henry, Jan Elt, Nelson. Reece Nelson, he's quite a good player. Aaron Hickey and Carvalho. So they've got 6 out injured. We've got no injuries, apparently, according to this. But Goodmanson is suspended.
Don't we?
He's not showing up on here, but if he's back on grass, he's probably not classed as injured anymore, is he?
Oh, yeah.
Luke, Sly says that Nonto has to start.
Where?
You want to take that one?
Yeah, well, I mean, where? Where does he have to start? What position? We don't play with wingers. He's best.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't play with wingers. We don't play with wingers, and if we did, yes, he probably would be starting this week. But there's not a chance on earth.
Injured.
Yeah. And the other side would obviously be Dan James. But that's look. It's a nice thing to have that we can actually change that formation and the style to bring in wingers. Oh, in place of blend, what in centre midfield?
I didn't ask the question, man.
I mean, I don't know. I don't understand stuff like that, but I can't see how Nonto would affect the game.
Damsgaard's playing according to this, by the way. So James is saying it's Damsgaard who's out. But
James, don't be giving us duff information. Come on.
Sly's saying yes in centre midfield. So I don't know.
Okay. He's entitled to his opinion.
I don't think Willie Nonto's been good enough to earn. I mean, he's been all right, and he had a good game against Norwich, didn't he? But in this lineup, in this setup, there's no way you try and shoehorn somebody like Willie Nonto into that team, and certainly not centrally in midfield.
Then again, I mean, Brentford, surprisingly, are they in 7th or 9th position? That's absolutely outstanding season for them. But I don't fear playing them. And do we go 4-3-3?
Hello, a Real Madrid fan.
Good luck, the Leeds. Thank you, Rodrigo Di Verni, Real Madrid under 21.
There you go, boy.
Say that when you're drunk.
The comment.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, Smarty.
I'm just gonna throw this up by Scooby. Why doesn't Ampadu have a special ball boy, towel boy? Wink, wink. I realise that sounds dodgy as fuck, but you know what I mean. It's a fair point. Yeah. I don't think it's allowed. Personally, I don't think he's allowed to have children following him around football pitch.
Like, give the ball boys a towel.
He plays a little clarinet.
You're watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang recently, is it? Yeah. This child snatcher from Chitty Bang Bang.
The kiddie catcher.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the pitch, every ball in that sort of like final third does have a towel next to it.
Yeah, it does. Because Longstaff took it away for Newcastle, didn't he? For Sunderland. He says it's our towel. Why should he be able to use our towel?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's a good point. But
it's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point. Right, so we don't do it much anymore, but I'm going to ask you for a score prediction, chaps. Karl, what is your score prediction for Saturday night? And do you think we are going to batter Brentford?
Yes, DCL to get 2, and
really.
I think Ampadu to get 1, surprisingly, but Thiago to get 1 for Brentford. He's quite the player at the moment for Brentford, but I think our back 3 can contain him. So I think 3-1.
3-1 to us. Interesting.
Yeah.
Go on, Paul. Luke, any score predictions?
2-1 win. Calvert-Lewin and Aronson to score for us, and Thiago to score for them.
Excellent. I'm not making any notes of this, by the way. Let's have a look at the comments and see what other people have predicted. We've got Bryn saying 1-0 Leeds. That's fair enough. 2-1 for Scooby. Nemecha. I don't know. I'd like DCL to get 1. I think it's well within him to get 1.
Yeah,
I think we'll get a set piece goal, personally. We do like a set piece goal against Brentford. Mm-hmm. I'm marking back to Barkley there. Not Barkley. Yes. Bartley.
Yes, you are.
Before you jump in. Whitesnake saying 3-0 Leeds. Ian Ward saying 2-0. Tony Clark saying 2-0. Yeah, and Richard again with a good put. If we score first on Saturday night under the lights, everyone's going to be tanked up. It'll be a horrible atmosphere for them, and we will probably go on and win. So I'm looking forward to it, boys. I don't know about you. Are you going, Luke?
I'm not, mate. No, I've got a very, very Busy few days coming up.
Excellent. Okay.
My little girl's performing in the West End at the weekend.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is she a munchkin or something?
Yeah. Lollipop kid.
Lollipop kid. Every week we usually do an AMC readout. One of the gentlemen, either below me or to my left, is going to read out the usual gubbins that we have, but we take it very seriously, obviously, and his man club. We do have a few close friends that are affiliated with him. And one of the gents is going to read it out. I don't know which one of you is.
I can do it if you want. If you like,
if you want, Luke, it looks like Carl's muted himself.
Carl muted himself again, so
he's a fucking tosser.
Shit, I didn't mean to do that there. I actually have it ready to go, but go for
just sneezed and just pressed fucking mute, did you?
I was clearing my throat.
Yeah, sneezed and pressed the mute button with his quiff. If you're going through a storm, or recently been through one and you're a man over 18, perhaps Andy's Man Club Leeds may be able to help you, or any Andy's Man Club in the country for that sake. But specifically Leeds we talk about. They have venues in Horsforth, Kirkstall, Pudsey, Central Leeds, Hunslet, Seacroft and in Morley. They're open 7 till 9 every Monday, excluding bank holidays. They also run weekly and monthly certain social events with the aim to get men talking and to smash the stigma around men's mental health. Details of all their venues and everything they're doing is at Andy's Man Club Leeds on Facebook. So give them a follow and help spread the word.
Absolutely.
Nice.
It is important, lads. Important to keep talking, boys. Keep talking to each other. Keep fighting the good fight. Don't let the negative vibes win. Don't let it win, lads. I don't believe. Oh, go on.
I just want to address something in the comments. Richard Hogan, Karl, why no Mayo jersey tonight?
Oh, that's really important that we talk about that.
I don't have one.
Shit, Karl?
We don't fucking care. We don't fucking care. We're Leeds.
Yeah, look.
Fucking.
I don't give a shit, man.
Go on, mate, Karl.
Mayo
why wouldn't you be wearing a fucking Mayo shirt on a Leeds United podcast? Please. Tell us all.
Day, isn't it?
But it's a game where you play football with your hands.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a poor man's rugby.
It's rugby and bleeding football at the same time.
What you mean, like rugby football?
It's St. Patrick's Day, Luke.
Your body would be able to handle it anyway, Luke.
It's St. Patrick's Day. I know we're in fucking. Well, most of us are near Leeds, and you're down south somewhere. But you know, it's St. Patrick's Day. Who fucking cares? Whatever. Sorry, I'm only joking, Richard. I love you, really. We love the Irish boys. We're only joking. Yes, very happy fucking Patrick's Day to everyone, and also hope you're fucking jazz deep in Guinness and whatever else.
Don't you find it weird, though, actually, just on that subject, don't you find it weird how Paddy's Day is celebrated more in England than St. George's Day or St. David's Day or whatever?
Don't. You're going to fucking trigger the xenophobia.
Trigger, yeah. You're going to trigger.
I'm going to start kicking off.
Yeah. It
proper pisses me off that people go mad for fucking St. Patrick's Day. However...
We're about to crack.
I know.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. No. I would say, you know, I mean, if we were to celebrate St. George's Day in the same sort of way that the Irish do, you know, we'd have a fucking good time, but we don't. And the Irish know how to have a good time and have a fucking crack with it. So there you go.
I think it's because they wear a lot of green. I think if we all painted our faces with the St. George's cross, we'd probably get sent to prison, possibly.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah, possibly nowadays. Yeah.
It's a hate crime.
Can't be a picture.
Don't you dare get a St. George's flag out. Christ alive, you'll be fucking in jail.
It's going to be fun for the World Cup.
Starmer will be fucking zapping you with some sort of fucking... No, World Cup's fine. It's just any other days. No.
I once dyed my head, bleached it, and I had a red permanent crossbow on it. I'll try and find a picture for next week. And it was for one of the Euros or the World Cups ones. But I thought, why not? Imagine doing that now. Like, you know what I mean? You probably would. People would castrate you in public.
You'd have some fucking weird blue-haired and purple-haired fucking idiot chasing after you, calling you a fucking mad so-and-so.
The unwashed.
Some smelly little creature.
Now I can't do it because I don't have any hair, so I can't even do it. I can't do it again.
Just use a Sharpie, man.
Just put a Pritt stick on there, and as they do, as you see him now, get a bit of a wig on there. Go mental. I would like to say thank you to everyone who's joined us this evening. There's been no. Oh, fuck off, Karl. See, when he's hosting, he's fucking useless, isn't he?
Yeah.
Got anything to say, Karl? But when you sat there in your little fucking chair with your fucking fake County Mayo shirt on, don't forget the poll, lads.
Oh, shit, the poll.
Yeah, fucking shit the bed. Imagine
Hit me with the poll. Let's see who the shittest take of the week is.
Today, and he bleeding nearly forgot about the poll as well. Bloody hell.
It's a good job you're here.
This week,
hey, look who's in the house, look. Matty Boy's in. If you haven't checked him out, go check out Imagine Not Being Leeds Pod. He's got a great show over there. Hope you're well, mate.
Good evening. So in last place, joint 10%. More pepperoni passion, please, lad. That was the lad who asked for more passion.
Pepperoni passion, nice.
More pepperoni passion, please, lad. That was for Joe. Hit the road. Hindsight Jack was another 10%. So they joint last. In second place was Pick Me Mike. LUFC are down in March. And the winner of this week's pod with 48% was the end of DCL is nigh. He is over with. So
DCL has not fallen off a cliff. Has not.
He hasn't.
Okay, no, that's fine. I think that's a worthy winner. We all still believe in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We still think he's going to do a sterling job. So yes, if you haven't done and you would like to, I mean, no one's gonna force you, especially on St. Patrick's Day. Would like to subscribe to us? Then please do. Hit the little bell, not J, the one on the fucking screen. Richard's telling me to calm down and have a Guinness. I would do, but I don't have any. I've got one of the Guinness Nitros that we pull. You know the
Surge.
That's the one, Guinness Nitro Surge or whatever that we throw on here every now and again. I don't have any. So to me, if it's not like that, then I'm not going to drink it because it's shit, and I especially won't drink it out of a fucking juice glass like that bald swine Gilly. He's a fucking heathen.
Juice glass.
He had a pint of Guinness out of a freaking like a big glass or something. I was like, you're gonna get us cancelled.
Yeah,
you're gonna get us bloody cancelled. Right. Anyway, thank you everyone.
How cheap?
Cheap as them, Smart. He loves a good bargain, does Bryn? He's got me 3 bottles of Iron Brew 1901. Probably still rattling around in the back of his truck. They're probably not worth a wank anymore.
Flat as a pancake.
Flat as a pancake. Thank you everyone for interacting during the comments. It's been nice to speak to you and get your comments and thoughts through. We will be back on probably Sunday morning with a B&C. That'll be the little wee man and the and Gilly. But thank you both for joining me as well. Nothing really else to say, have we, chaps? So we'll see you all next time. Catch you later.
It's all to know better. We all to know much better than letting Karl go on with Jay. Luke's calling out bad weathers, and Smarty is no better, and Gilly gets fan mail again. But every time we go live,
shit take has been
can't speak or even tell the time.
On fire. It's Moratoy's out the pram.
It's all
if I see his mother in the stands,
much better.
I'm going to crack an egg around.
For tonight. And if you like these weapons and you don't think that balance, please go check out our merch site. Good night.
Little tosser, and I hate him. He's shit. He's average, and he's a shit house.